In the bustling streets of Athens, where merchants shouted prices and children played among the marble columns, one man stood out not for his appearance, but for his persistence in asking questions. His name was Socrates. He wore no fine robes, carried no wealth, and refused to write his thoughts on parchment. Instead, he walked the agora day after day, drawing people into conversations that rarely ended with answers, but always with deeper thinking. Socrates believed that wisdom began with admitting ignorance. To the prideful politicians, poets, and craftsmen of Athens, this was unsettling. He would approach a man who claimed to know about justice, and through a chain of simple but piercing questions, reveal contradictions in his beliefs. To some, this method was enlightening. To others, it was humiliating. His greatest students, Plato and Xenophon, saw him as a guide toward truth. But many Athenians saw him as a danger, a man who mocked tradition and infected the minds of youth with doubt. The city, already wounded by war and political turmoil, grew restless. Whispers began. Socrates does not respect the gods. He teaches the young to question their elders. He's corrupting the youth. In 399 BCE, Socrates was put on trial. The jury of hundreds listened as accusers painted him as a threat to the very fabric of Athens. Socrates, standing barefoot before them, did not beg for mercy. Instead, he defended his life's mission, to awaken the city from its slumber of ignorance. He compared himself to a gadfly stinging a lazy horse. Athens needed his questions, even if they annoyed. When asked to propose his punishment, Socrates did not plead for exile or silence. With irony, he suggested he be rewarded, even fed at the state's expense, for serving the city with his questioning. The jury was not amused. By a narrow margin, they sentenced him to death. In the days that followed, friends urged him to escape. They had arranged for him to flee the city, but Socrates refused. To him, escaping would mean betraying the very laws he had spent his life questioning yet respecting. The laws are like parents, he explained. If I defy them now, what meaning would my teachings have? On his final day, surrounded by his companions, Socrates took the cup of hemlock in his hands. His friends wept, but he remained calm, reminded them that death was either a peaceful nothingness or a passage to another life where he could continue his questioning. Slowly, as the poison crept through his body, he lay down. His last words were a reminder to settle a small debt, a simple gesture of order in the face of death. Thus, the father of Western philosophy died not with fear, but with consistency. He chose truth over survival, questioning over silence. His death marked not the end of his influence, but the beginning of a legacy. Through the writings of his students, Socrates' voice would echo through centuries, reminding humanity that the unexamined life is not worth living.